Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Matthew, and I'm playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer. Pew, pew, pew.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yes, you.
Okay. Hey, I'm Cole, and I'm playing Olaroon, the ASMR Hexblade Warlock Paladin.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I'm playing Sarai Landir, the Eladrin Glamour Bard.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I'm playing Sirach, the Arakakra Horizon Walker Ranger.
Hi, I'm Carlos. I'm playing Thousand Fahrenheit, the half-orc tiefling forge cleric.
Very cool. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, and welcome. So this is Disasters in Danger. This is our D&D5E high fantasy game set in our very own homebrew world. We're going to dive into that in just a minute. We are supposed to be doing a giveaway,
Yeah.
but we have one more Monday, so we're pushing it to next week. We're pushing it, people. Yeah, we teased you with it.
I guess
Push it
people
real
just
good.
have to come back next week.
I guess they do. That's right. So next week we'll be doing our Norse Foundry giveaway, in which we give away a compass. We've got a compass from Norse Foundry. They are our sponsors for Disasters in Danger this year. We do a giveaway for them once a month, but we started last week. We did a patch giveaway. One of our limited edition Infinite Storyteller patches that was produced exclusively for the Kickstarter. We made 300. Those are the 300 that are ever going to get made of that design. No more. That is it. Done. So, if you would like those, we're going to put them on the store eventually. But for now, we're just doing them as like promos and giveaways, things like that. We are also working on a bunch of new pin designs. If you follow us on the social medias, if you follow us on TikToks, Caitlin is currently working her way through the Mighty Nine, which are looking really phenomenal. She's learning some new skills as she continues to design her way through those. I believe she just
Only
finished
2
Ford
left.
and Not.
Yeah.
Yasha. I think the only ones left are, who is it, Caleb and Caduceus?
She got Caleb.
Oh, she did.
Bo.
Bo.
A bow. Yeah,
Caduceus and Bo, I think, are the only ones that she hasn't gotten yet.
Yep.
correct.
So we don't have a Kickstarter
Yeah.
for those, but what we might do is try to do like a pre-order drive for those.
yeah.
Maybe offer like a special pricing for them. So if you are interested in those, do keep your eyes out for those. And then I think we might be filling out the rest of the awesome alignment chart, maybe, because Chaotic Adorable is one of our one of everybody's favorites. So we have some ideas. I'm not going to spoil them. I'm going to let her work on those and maybe put those out. So keep your eyes open for all of that sort of stuff. This week, Storm King's Thunder is probably tomorrow. Looks like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I have nothing unless they call me and be like, "Hey, Cole, come into work."
Yeah.
As if I didn't already work a 15-hour shift on Sunday.
Oh.
That's right. SummerSlam was on Sunday. Hanging out
Yes,
at the
it was.
Thunderdome. How it's quite the new presentation.
I have not been at the Thunderdome yet, unfortunately. I wish I could tell you about the experience that is the Thunderdome, but I cannot.
That is okay. We look forward to hearing about it when you get the opportunity to see it, should you ever do so.
Sports.
That's right. That's right. Sports entertainment specifically.
Yeah.
So we've got all of that coming this week. We will probably continue some Ghost of Tsushima playthrough Sunday nights. If you guys did not know, Caitlin Wisser is playing through Mass Effect Andromeda. She's a big Mass Effect fan. I love it as well. So we're working on that. coming up in September, next Tuesday, we have, we're going to be trying to roll out a schedule, so maybe we're working with the team for the whole month of September. That way we know what's happening, when's happening, and who's it happening with. So, there we go. Any other projects you guys are working on, you want to bring up, mention, plug? Yeah, what you got, Matthew?
Yeah, so Central Florida Vocal Arts, I keep talking about them, but they are, they just finished recording a couple of days ago a musical review called Gender Bender, a musical review, in partnership with the Florida Space Coast Symphony Orchestra, in a unique, socially distanced, pre-recorded musical review that you can view from your very own home. It is a fun kind of twist on some of the musical theater classics as sung by the opposite gender, and typically a very different voice part. So yeah, we're trying to kind of test out different ways to continue bringing the arts that everybody in Central Florida and beyond like to enjoy, but in a socially distanced, kind of health conscious way. So if you want to tune into that, you can go to you can just search Gender Bender on Facebook, or go to the Central Florida Vocal Arts Facebook page, and you can pick up a ticket. They are $10, and with that $10, I believe you will get access to a Facebook page which will live stream it privately to that Facebook page, and or a private YouTube link that will be debuted the day of the performance. I think we have 2 performances, one on August 28th and one on August 29th. So I believe that is this upcoming weekend. Yeah, Friday and Saturday. So if you want to watch either of those, you can head on over to the Central Florida Vocal Arts Facebook page. It's a fun new experiment.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds awesome. What else we got going on, everybody? Yeah, do it.
I got my weekly game with Junk Drawer Show on Tuesdays. So we're getting into some interestingness. I, of course, being myself, am always getting into trouble. So we'll see what happens with me, whether or not I get killed by a pirate or I can talk my way out of it. Spoilers. But if you guys want to check it out, we play on Tuesday nights, usually live. However, we do drop our episodes on YouTube on Thursdays. But you can feel free to follow us, subscribe, all that jazz at the Drunk. Oh my God, am I drunk? The Junk Drawer Show on Twitch, and same as YouTube. And we also have our Instagram. And also I've been working on some of my art and transferring it over to merchandise as well for them. And I have a couple shirts on Redbubble and all that jazz. And the link is on Instagram. Actually, I have my mug, and this is like one of my drawings over there. Yay.
That's really
check
cool.
us out. Check us out. Like I said, if you guys are gonna go watch Random Encounters tomorrow, go for it, and then you can check us out on Thursday on YouTube. And if you have like YouTube Premium, you can download it, watch it later, whatever you like. So yeah, thanks.
Awesome. I think that's it. All right, let's get into it, shall we, everybody? Our adventure takes place in the lands of Lickdracht. They are lands of myth, of legend. They are lands bereft of true deities or gods. They are a new continent far from Rodham, where fate and destiny are written in blood with implements wielded by the hands of the chosen, those very special few. Our heroes are members of the Magnus Exploratorium, a college dedicated to anthropology and archaeology, to discover and learn about all the wide-reaching, varied cultures of this tremendous wild land. Recently, they have set out on a long-standing expedition to a place known as the Forge. Supposedly the mythical origin spot of the Arms of the Fated. weapons of great destiny bound to the land of Lickdrocht itself. So, along their travels, they have traveled through the Central Scale Mountains. They have been assaulted by some wyverns and some lizard folk, presumed to be the allies of their great foe, Professor Henry Volton. There's that. They made it through Trubluff, a trader's town full of monstrous and wild entities, where their guides came under fire from a clan of hobgoblins. They avoided fighting some pterodons, believing them to just go to the mountains and harass people later. And then they made it near the town, the first of 4 towns of 4 Points. 4 Points is a small, it's not small, very large farming community with 4 hamlets, 4 towns that sort of serve as guards, help encircle the community with vast stretches of farmland inside. They've all sort of banded together for protection. Those communities have been under assault by a few different forces, one of them being a Knoll tribe that have been harassing people on the road, the other one being what they presume to be wild bullets behaving oddly. Our heroes had researched them, they'd fought the bullets, they killed them, and found within them these magical, mechanical spiders, essentially, that had latched into the brains of the bullets and were somehow controlling or influencing their behavior. And a few weeks before our heroes arrived, after the bullets had begun harassing them, a traveler had come to the 4 Points. It is a gentleman by the name of, I believe it was Taylor Byrne. It was with a T, and I got the Byrne part right, so we're just going to go with that. He has a very interesting wagon, as been described, and he's been traveling to the 4 Points, trying to get the elders of these hamlets to commit to giving him some money so that he could protect the towns from from the bullets. So this is where we pick up. You guys are in point 1 of 4. It is the first point that travelers would come to. It is the only 4 Point that has like a major Republic road that sort of leads to it. The rest of the roads are more dirt patches, like worn dirt trails, and where they keep the high grass clear. At least the rest of the road up until now has primarily been it's not paved, but it's maintained, right? It's
More
dense
guidelines and actual rules.
I mean, it's not quite that bad, but it's where the pieces where they where the road might erode, they put in stones to sort of build it up and keep it there. So it's a decent place, and at least up through, and definitely around like the crossroads and parts where the military use them, those are more paved. They're much more like either bricked or cobblestoned or something along those lines, so that they are like well maintained. You guys know the elder of point 1 of 4. It is Sweet Roll Fairfields.
Sweet Roll.
Yes. She is a
I will die for her.
She is a delightful older gnomish woman who made you guys, I think, empanadas was like the last. Yeah, she made you empanadas like for dinner, basically, like a spiced meat in a fried pastry. So you can call that whatever you want, but where I come from, it's an empanada. So
Not a Jamaican beef patty, one of the two. Either way, I'm happy. It's meat and bread. How can you be mad?
Damn,
Exactly.
now I want an empanada.
So, here is what I'm thinking for today. So the next day, you guys wake up. You all have your performance reviews with
Screevers.
With Screevers.
Oh, I forgot about this.
So,
Oh no.
here is what I am thinking.
I'm so excited.
For the
I love
performance
how we made plans. We fucking forgot.
for the performance
Shit.
review with Screevers, what I think we should do is I think tonight we should skip past that, have some other fun adventuring D&D things. But I think we should find time for me and everybody individually to sit down and have their performance review with Screevers.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
I'm gonna have to re-roll.
He's gonna tell me that my attendance has been like abysmal.
In there. What's up, man? You've been walking, but nothing else.
Oh, I am so
All you do is walk.
excited.
Oh man, this is where Screevers just kills us all, right? And we make a new group of adventurers.
You call yourself
Screever
a
just
healer?
puts on a pair of sunglasses and says the library is open and none of us are ready for it.
Reading is fundamental.
Fundamental.
So unless you guys, I know we didn't prepare for the Screevers performance reviews. I didn't send you guys out the questionnaire. So let's kick that can down the road for a week, and let's have some normal.
Just rate yourself 1 to 10 and then fill in.
Yeah. On a
It's like from strongly agree to strongly to disagree.
On a scale of filthy knoll to brilliant ancient dragon, how would you rate your teamwork? How would you rate your job accomplishment? Where do you see yourself in the group in 5 years? How is Screevers performing for you? Would you say Screevers has done his job admirably or filthy knoll?
I like how Filthy Noel is his bad end of everything, but the top end, it's negotiable.
It is negotiable.
Is it the ancient dragon or is it great?
Yeah. As filthy gnolls
Love it.
are, as described, filthy gnolls. They give small folk like halflings and kobolds and gnomes. I put them in begrudgingly. Bad names. So, filthy gnolls.
Oh, God bless.
So, I guess partly because my voice is not ready for that for a full night.
We're not ready emotionally.
I don't know.
Yo.
I don't think any of us are. But what I would like to do is maybe over the next week or so we can do little mini specialties for our patrons. Maybe compile those and put them up as the Screevers performance review. So that is sort of
I
my
love
thought
that.
with that. So you guys spend the day receiving your performance reviews and giving. This is Screevers performance review as well. We'll decide what the determination of all of that was at some point. And so it is time for us to proceed. What would you guys like to do?
So, did anyone else like a filthy knoll? I mean, that just seems like a fun. You didn't get any filthy knolls, did you?
I sure hope not. I don't think I did. I don't remember getting any, but I might have blacked out during half of that interaction because I don't do well in interview situations.
Can we ease up on the filthy part? Like, I feel like that's just rude. Like,
I mean,
you
to
don't
be
know
fair-
if they're filthy or not.
To be fair, I have yet to meet a clean knoll.
It is not to say that all. It is not to. There it is. There we go. It is not to say that all gnolls are filthy. It is specifically to target the ones that are filthy and say that they are the lowest of the gnolls. Remember, Creepers is always listening.
I don't think that. I don't
Screamers
think
ducks
that.
back under the table and back to his wagon, back to his cart.
I don't think that our performance checks are done yet.
I don't believe that they are.
They are forever going.
I think that is true. So now that that's over, what are we doing? Yeah, over.
Well, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, we gotta go figure out what this Burns is doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cause
I think so.
That's some shady shit. And then we got attacked by bullets. That's even shadier. So I'm gonna say let's fuck him up.
I like it.
I feel like that's our go-to plan on a regular basis, honestly.
Well, I mean, like, definitely question first, and like maybe even just like find out motives second, but then like a very close third. Fuck him up.
If he was in control of those things with those creepy spiders, then yes.
Yeah.
All right. I believe. Let's see. I have to look at my map. 4-point farms are not individually labeled. I think we needed to go to North Point for where Burns was.
Yeah, you suspected that he was traveling between. He was somewhere between point 2 and 4, 3 and 4. So if you guys headed up to point 4, the one at the edge of the western crossroads, you should catch him. You suspect.
All right. I think that's our best bet if we're gonna try and catch up with him. Who knows? Maybe he's not in on it and he's actually trying to save these towns and he knows who is, or he's a bad guy and we fuck him up.
Yeah. Let's ready the horses.
You guys do. You pack up your wagons. Now all 3 of your carts are wagons. They are covered. So the rain is a little more manageable. And you set out along the farmlands through the plains. The farms of 4 Point are gorgeous. There really is no better descriptor for them. It's about 4 days travel between point 1 and point 4. And as you guys are going, there are so many small farmsteads, large farmsteads, farm fields. You can see that they plant their food to be harvested in very meticulous sort of waves and days. You can see even just riding along throughout the day is like a subtle gradient of like a row of corn in development, right? Every column another day apart. Many farms are like that. They have, it is a wide variety of farms as well. It is not just vegetables or roots or flowers or plants, but also animal farms. That's a George Orwellian moment right there. But yeah, there's livestock farms. There are sort of steers and pigs and goats, chickens, all of those animals that are raised in great numbers, sort of around them, and you can tell by the smell which farms you're approaching or passing. Each of the farmsteads is run by like a decent-sized family, sort of an extended family, plus a couple of farm hands. As you guys are traveling, why don't you tell me your passive perceptions real quick?
Passive perception. Mine is a 15.
Nice. I've got Sarides.
Yeah, I believe Sarides is an 18.
Yep.
I believe mine is a 12.
Okay.
Mine is a 12 as well. And real quick, as we travel every day, I'm gonna do my blessing on the forge on Clever Stitch's armor to boost his AC +1.
Perfect.
Nice.
Sounds
Thank
good.
God.
Ulurun.
11.
11. Okay. You don't notice on the first day, but you guys do end up taking note because you're traveling for a decent amount of time. There are some magical implements, farming implements, but they seem pretty old. As you get a look at them, old in a way that is unique. Old in an antique or not of this community sort of setting. It is a clear indication that there is something that something lingers in this area, some technology of a past civilization, some relics of a forgotten era that people have just sort of taken to be part of their life. One such instance is what they call a rainmaker, and it is a you see it standing up out of one of the farms. Sort of looks like a windmill at one point. But instead of having the blades that would turn on like the face of a windmill, as you guys are walking by, you're debating and talking about what it might be. You see that the top sort of blossom like a flower of metallic petals that spreads out and lays flat in sort of this feathered open bowl or basin, and at a distance, you can hear the wind begin to sort of whirl and kick and twist. And it sounds almost like a storm for a few minutes. And then you begin to hear the drips of rain fall. And as you cast your gaze out, you can see that actually this great tower is hurling water into the sky. And it comes pouring back down over the it covers nearly this entire farm's field in what is essentially raindrops, but up from out of the earth. And there are other small or not so small wonders and curiosities as you guys are traveling that
Saride is in heaven.
they are.
Yeah, sprinklers.
Yeah. They have a very big sprinkler tower. It is, each of these items are gorgeous in their make and design. They are slightly axiomatic, they're slightly mechanical, or perhaps the work of like an ancient artificer, but they are each designed not just with functionality but with form in mind, each one of them seemingly their own piece of art. As you guys approach the fourth point, the north point, the one that you're heading to, your days have been smooth. You actually arrive there, I'm going to say about midday. And as you are coming from the interior of the farms, and you've run into a few different farmers along the way, all of them pleasant, none of them aggressive or mean, although a fair number of them are definitely curious as to who you guys are and what you're doing here.
It's fine.
Everything's cool, guys. Just chill out. It's no big deal.
You're greeted at North Point by a gentleman of slightly orcish origin, so half orc, Skolin Kennet, who comes out of the farmhouse that is there on the north, and has looks like light leathers on, not really armor, but he does sort of heavy works, maybe creative works, maybe forge works, maybe tinkering, maybe leather working. You're not quite sure. But he comes stepping out into the sun, sort of shields it up over his eyes as he looks out across you guys. Fairfield said you might be coming our way. What can we do for you, travelers?
Have you heard from a Mr. Byrne recently? Burns? Byrne?
I know of the man you speak. Burns never arrived here.
Really?
Yes.
Was he supposed to by a certain time?
Reports from the other towns, hamlets, had mentioned each of their visits from him. We anticipated one, but it's been days. So, Third Point is not so far as first. We should have beaten you here, as best we understand. I don't have the men nor the inclination to send them out searching for vagrants.
That's all right. I think we can do that instead. Maybe.
Well,
I mean, we have the ability to. Let me ask you, sir, are you also experiencing problems with these creatures?
we experience many problems. When you have this much food, it attracts predators, prey.
Yeah.
It's
What
not
about
uncommon,
land sharks,
but...
though?
Hmm?
Land sharks. Have you heard any of them?
Land sharks have not made it this far west. As best we could understand, that's more of a southern problem.
What specifically have you been dealing with?
He, thinks for a moment. And he kind of looks you guys up and down. And come inside.
Oh. Alright.
He starts to lead you guys away from the rest of the caravan. And as the Screevers and the rest of your group and the other members of the expedition sort of settle in for part of the day, Kenneth leads you guys back into what looks like a large farmhouse, but is on the inside is clearly something more. The heat is palpable immediately upon even him just opening the large barn doors, and sort of wafts out a heavy, humid heat, even for this late stage of summer. It is distinct, and as you guys walk in, it's sort of like being in a boiler room. There are dials and gauges everywhere. There are pieces of what's the word? Piping, machinery everywhere, and it is a workstation, but it is one that is. The languages written on it are not common. They are far older than that. And you can tell, although well maintained, and each of these metals being not one that would rust, they are still, you can tell the age and ancient nature of these, of the machinery within this barn. And Kenneth sort of, this way. It leads you over to a workbench that has laid across it these mechanized or metallic creatures of that seem to be snakes, or they're designed to look like snakes, like large cobras. Each one fancifully designed and produced in brilliant detail. And we used to call them the Watch Vipers. No doubt you've seen some of the wonders in North Point. There are fewer that reach further south and to the west, east, but North Point has the most of them. These used to guard things like our water tower and some of the other wonders that we've been able to utilize for generations. A few weeks ago, a month or two, started getting reports of the Cobras venturing out away from their towers, away from the wonders, attacking random passerbys. And then we started seeing different ones. Ones that were smaller. These little, and he pulls up this, it sort of looks like a centipede, but with armored along the back, these little spike ridges that are wicked looking instead of legs. These started making their way to people's houses, sort of popping up. And then they would be chased off. And usually within a day later, the Cobras would attack whoever these scouts had marked, it looked like. See if I can do this a clever way. Let's see.
There's clever way, then there's the Gerard way.
So there you go. That's kind of what they look like. A bronze scout right there.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
And if I see if I can bring
Is anyone
us-
else worried that it's made out of Doritos?
No, I'm excited
Alright.
that it's made out of Doritos. That
There's
means
that.
snack time.
Nice. So that there's that, and the other one that you can kind of see.
No,
let me
thank
see
you.
if I can bring you guys up a picture of that as well. But yeah, he goes on to essentially describe how these different things that had been around for a long time are now, for the first time, kind of attacking or aggressively hunting them nearby.
How big are the things that he showed us?
So the Iron Cobra, or so the, excuse me, the Bronze Scouts, all of these things are medium-sized creatures. So they're about 4 feet, 5 feet long, or a little taller. Like they're good sized.
Hate that. All right, cool. Tight.
And then what metal are they made out of?
Make me a. Let's go. I'll give you a blacksmithing check. Use wisdom or intelligence.
Sorry, it's been a while since I'm
You're
like,
good.
what is my wisdom?
And over here, that's sort of the image of the cobra.
I hate that even more than the centipedes.
The metallic nature of the cobras, right there.
Inspiration.
What's your
Was
inspiration?
purple?
A D8.
D8. $25. I rolled a 7 on inspiration.
Okay. So, there are some metals on this thing you can identify. There are some metals that you honestly do not know, and it is not because you've just never encountered them before. So the little centipedes tend to be primarily made out of bronze. Some of their spike gears and some of the side workings of them are made with some sort of adamantine alloy, and that's the piece that is really perplexing to you. It has you get the feeling it is a type of metal that is that would be, let's say, either extremely difficult to smelt on the prime material plane. There is a nature of it that says it is extraplanar, or maybe not extraplanar in the base materials, but has the smack of extraplanar ability or power or origin, just for the way that it is worked. The cobras are primarily made of iron, but it is a treated iron. It's not quite steel, so it's not made into that, but it is like a reinforced iron. And then there is gold filigree, and then that same sort of adamantine alloy that you saw in the bronze.
Got it.
It looks like it's something beyond what these folk could probably make. It's something beyond what you could probably make.
I'm trying to see if, like, and then not trying to be too nosy with them, but it's like if essentially this is something that we're gonna have to face, see if there's any like vulnerabilities or like any like soft spots or weak spots or something like that.
So what I can do, you rolled well enough. I can go ahead and tell you, looking at the metals, any weapon that is not magical or not adamantine is not going to be able to pierce this thing's armor.
Got it.
Like it, not resistant, straight up immune.
Got it.
Yeah.
Good to know. And I'll relay all of this. Yeah, these things are a lot hardier than they look.
And about how long ago did you say that these started acting up?
I think the first report came in maybe 6 weeks ago. You know, we always are very careful with the cobras. Our first scout showed up, I want to say 3 weeks ago. This little, and he kicks it. This little, and he looks at Saride and sort of stifles his urge to call it a motherfucker in front of a lady. And when I was a kid, sneaking past one of the Iron Cobras was a
Please,
game. It was a
don't-
rite of passage. Oh, well then, this motherfucker. I mean, so they've been here forever. It's something you would, you know, tease your brother or sister about. Something you get your neighbor to try to, you know, show how tough they are. Those things have been part of the community forever, but they always stayed very close to whatever device that they were guarding. And there was maybe a dozen of them in the whole of North Point. But now they're showing up more. And again, the motherfuckers.
Is that the same time that the bullets started showing up in pairs?
It does seem to be about that time, yes.
Interesting.
I have a question this may have been answered. You said that Byrne didn't show up, but has anyone else shown up?
No one terribly unfamiliar, no. We occasionally have some migrant farmhands that go from point to point doing the work that's necessary for the season. But we know most of them. The only real strangers, no offense to you all, that we've seen in the past since this has happened is you all. But you were announced coming from First Point, so...
Well, then we're not so strange, are we?
Exactly.
Alright, well, we agreed to help the points with their issue, so it seems to me as if it might be slightly different issues for each point, but possibly from the same source. So perhaps we continue on our journey to try and find whoever has started all this. And you said that Burns was coming from point 3, yeah?
Well, we know he left there about 5 days ago. And it's only a 2-day journey, so maybe he maybe he gave up. Maybe he split for the north or something.
Possible, but we can have a look around.
Does Byrne have any friends in town?
Never met him. Don't know anybody that knows him.
Have any of the other points besides you and The first one? Have they been reporting any problems?
From what I've heard, it's been a rough season all the way around. They don't exactly report problems, but we do know that point 2 and point 3 were suffering from some some weird bug infestation.
Now,
Huh.
question for you. If these things were guardians, you said before, right? Like some protectors or whatnot?
Yeah, exactly.
if-
Like the water tower or the cedar, usually the bigger pieces. And not like, and he points to the corner, and it is this wagon that has sort of it looks pretty awful, to be perfectly fair. It sort of has these like beetle grabbers that feeds into this like mechanical sort of spinning blade maw, almost like a wood chipper, but a little more refined. And he kind of goes over to the side of it, and when you look in the back, what you see is that this is it's a vegetable harvester. So it'll pull in the stalks, and then it'll shred that, but like the corn or whatever bulb was on top that they wanted to keep, those get piled up separately. So it's sort of this, I guess, like a combine. I don't know farming tools. I apologize to my farming friends. But that's like a man-sized thing. He's very specific that they have the water tower. They have a walking cedar that the cobras would follow around, and basically it's sort of like a walking house that will spray seeds and aerate the soil to lay out what are very specific fields for different foodstuffs and vegetables. And then they have what is like a mechanical, I guess like a tiller, right, to clear and aerate fields. Those are the 3 biggest ones. Each one had 4 iron cobra guardians that would usually either stick with it or like travel with it. And now they're seeing more pop up.
Got it. The reason I ask is obviously, like, if we do this, we will check them out and see what is wrong, but we also have no choice but to defend ourselves if they attack. We can do our best to try to keep them intact to see if somebody can put them back the way things were, but we cannot promise on the what is the word I am looking for? How intact they may be when we are done with that.
He nods automatically in sort of understanding and approval. Listen, a few weeks ago you might have had some people that were complaining and worried about keeping the machines intact, but the wonders are ancient. You can't fix them. I've been trying to figure them out my whole life, and I mean, I'm pretty smart, but as you look at him, you do sort of notice he is an artificer in most ways. You would immediately recognize, now that you're seeing sort of his tools, Thozen, he has basically what are tinkerer's tools, but they are not your normal tinkerer's tools. He is very much a self-taught artificer, and so all of his tools are custom made specifically for what he needed, right? So you can see he has been tinkering with these things. So I can fix some of them, but anyway, when the Cobras started invading homes and the Scouts started marking kids to be snake food, people's care went out the window. for trying to preserve these things. And they're nice, don't get me wrong, but we can farm without them, and we absolutely will.
Understood. And by the way, I take note of the Tinker's tools and keep a mental note of I want that.
Okay.
I apologize. You might have said this earlier, but has anybody beaten one of these snakes as it's attacked somebody?
Yeah.
Other than just this one?
There's I think we tried to hunt some of them down. I think we got like 4 of them. This was the one that was most intact, so I brought it here to try to learn what I could about it. We do have some more scouts around. We've been keeping farmhands up at night with hammers and mauls, things like that, to try to stave them away from the homes. But I have to sort of charge people's hammers for them to even make a dent in these things.
And Clever Stitch will lean over to Thozen. You didn't by chance see anything similar to the spider mind control thingies that were in the bullets whenever you looked at this? Did you?
Trying to think back, did the spider things look similar to these?
So they don't look exactly like this, but they do look similar in design, right? Yes, they do look related. Let me be clear.
I just wanted to we knew that this was all related, but I just wanted to 100% circle around, verify.
Yep.
So design but not material.
Yeah, the bullet brain things are not of the same material. It's a much more flexible material. It's a much lighter material. It's not this sturdy, don't break me material. Adamantine alloy sort of mix thing. But there are similars of design and construction where you're okay, those came from the same store, right? They're all Hondas. They're not the same Honda, but they're all a Honda, right?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, so they're very similar. And I relay all that.
All right. Well, does anybody else have any other questions before we possibly go hunt some cobras and centipedes?
Let's go hunt them. Oh, go for it.
But you were saying that, so we'll need to make sure we have magical things to hurt them, or adamantine.
Well, you and I have some arrows.
Yeah. So are we gonna try to set up shop and lure some of the weird centipede creatures to come for us? And then, or we could find a place that they just went and we could go hide there.
I think we start going towards point 3, since that's where Burns was supposed to have been coming from, and see what we see.
Oh, we want to. Oh, okay, I thought we were gonna.
I think
take
both.
care of the. Both. Yes, both is good. Both is good. Yes.
Because they said that there were more of the snakes coming out than they knew that they had. So I'm not sure. I'm wondering if we find Burns, we find the source of the snakes.
Ah, so you think Mr. Burns is making the snakes?
Or at least unleashing them from whatever hellhole those ugly creations could come from. They look really scary.
Thozen did not like that idea.
Apparently not. He said, No, we will not do both. I'm putting my foot down.
Well then, yeah, let's, I agree. We should, let's start headed for point 3 and keep an eye out for Burns on the way.
Right.
Okay.
Well, obviously after we leave, I ask, is there anyone by any chance that does not have the ability to, or does not have a magical weapon that they would need?
I mean, the blades, I can use the blades of House of Rain. Those are magical.
And you and I have some +1 arrows that are magical as well.
I
I'm not
dipped
sure
the father's
about...
dagger in the adamantine from the mountain.
Yeah. And I'm not sure about Olaroon, though.
Well, if this is not going to happen today, if this is potentially tomorrow, I can take the blessing of the forge off of your armor and put it on your bow. That way you don't have to use your magical arrows. You pretty much, I'm assuming. TM, would I know whether or not a magical bow would make the arrows magical?
It does.
It does.
Then, but this is your choice, whether or not you would like to get hit harder or be able
Could
to
you imagine if it was
imbue
just
the
one arrow,
bow.
what a waste of that would be?
Can you imagine?
One-
Or it makes the bow magical, but the arrows, none of them are magic. And
Well,
it's just
exactly.
magic if you start beating people with the fucking bow.
Just hit him with a bow, it's fine.
I feel like the
One shot.
component to cast that is just you going womp womp.
Yeah.
The only reason I ask is because I would not be able to change the blessing today. It would have to be tomorrow.
I mean, I have 23 arrows, so I should be fine. Like 23 magical ones. And I have a couple of my arcane shots that do magic damage as well, so I'm okay. But if Sirach would like a magical bow, and I have a long sword that's doused in, or a short sword. Yeah, it's adamantine, so I can attack either way.
Surak, would you prefer to attack with your swords or would you prefer to attack with your bow?
I mean, I would almost always prefer to be attacking with a bow from approximately 50 feet in the air. So, yeah, I will. I mean, when tomorrow rolls around, if that's what comes up, I will gladly take that.
No problem. If Stitch, if you're okay with this, then that is what I'll do in the morning.
That's alright with me?
Now I'm thinking about it. I don't have anything magical either.
So,
Offering things out. Physician, heal thyself, you know?
I have magic
With my
itself,
job.
so it's fine.
Yeah.
so you guys are planning on setting out right away towards point 3?
Yes.
You said that we arrived at about midday,
Midday.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I don't see why we can't at least start venturing out. Maybe we'll run into something.
Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely can. So you guys get the caravan. I'm assuming you're taking the whole caravan. This isn't like a side sojourn for you guys. That's kind of in the direction you got to take the group anyway. So just confirming. Okay. So you gather up. You guys start to head to point 3. The rest of the day, the travel is smooth, light. You do see one of the other wonders, one of the major wonders that is here to witness. It is the it's the Big Walkie House one. I can't remember what I said they did. Big Walkie House.
They're automatic cedars.
The cedar. Oh, that's late in the season for the cedar. But that
Yeah,
one's
it's
here.
okay.
It's around. It's there. It's doing stuff. We got a gourd to grow, right? Why not?
It's like an automatic seed planter
Yeah.
that's just going along.
Yeah.
Like, do you know those like little bucket, the little wheelbarrow fertilize thingies? Yeah, that have wheels at the bottom
Yeah.
that you can have stuff in it and it shoots out fertilizer.
Yeah.
It's
The wheel at the bottom?
as you just roll it along.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm over here imagining.
I tend the fields with my family, so no.
Well,
Girl, lucky
fucking
you.
Kentucky ass Matthew comes out to save the day.
We had one in just a house for grass. So yeah.
Same.
So did
and
we.
we had a big ass yard, and it was
That was
not
another
fun.
cousin's job.
I was that other cousin.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. So yeah, so you guys do see that one off in the distance. You keep watches throughout the night, I am assuming. What order would you guys like to take your watches in?
I'm fine with any.
Okay, I see a 1, I see a 2.
I'll take 3 and 4.
I'll take.
I mean, I can only take one at the beginning or the end. 'Cause I gotta do the whole armor thing.
So you can do 4, and you can assist
Yeah, I'll do 4.
on 4. Can you bring your mic down so you're a little louder? Because you were quiet.
Sorry, I forgot about it.
It's okay. And then, Thosen, you want to assist on 3?
I'll take 3 with Sarai.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. I do have your passive perceptions. We're going to go ahead and go with those. As you guys are setting up for the evening, Tarak, you are on first watch, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. From your perch and with your great bird eyes, even with your, I'm guessing you keep the fire up, and you're listening. Yeah. You're very attentive. Like you have a good.
Plus, I have the goggles.
Oh, you have the goggles. That's right. I forgot
Yeah.
about the goggles. So you do keep an eye out. It does seem like there are some of those iron cobras are tentatively on like the edge of your vision. They are sort of coming to investigate who you guys are and what you are. They don't seem to creep forward at all. They sit at about 60 feet, let's say. But you can see that there's a fair number of them around the whole of the caravan.
When you say fair enough, how many would I estimate? Just like 5, 10?
Yeah, let's say like 10.
Okay, maybe 8. Did I say 10 prematurely? I meant 8. All right, so about 10 of them around.
Yeah. Again, remember, guys, because you have the full caravan, usually the number I'm going to give you is higher than what you as a specific party.
Yeah. All right, but so yeah, I'm gonna obviously pay special attention to see if they are making their way closer, or taking up some nature of an aggressive stance.
You keep your eye on them throughout your watch. It is very much that they have they hit a perimeter and they stop. And it is almost more unnerving that they simply sit and watch you guys than that they come in and attack.
Okay. Who's second watch?
Second watch
Okay.
is Clever Stitch.
I'll go up to, as we're kind of like doing the pass, I'll be, whoa, So it seems that there are like maybe 10 or so of those cobras around.
Cobras, yep.
Yeah, they're staying at like a 60-foot radius away from everything about us.
Hate that. Alright.
Yeah. But I've been watching them for a couple of hours and they haven't decided to move closer. They're just kind of chilling out where they are.
Alright.
Have fun with that. Goes to bed.
Walk around, do a perimeter, see if they keep an eye on me or if they keep an eye on the caravan, etc., etc.
In the night, you can see sort of that steely-eyed gaze that watches anyone that moves, and it is a very smooth, very slithering sort of enamored, twisting watch. Roll me 2d6.
4. A 2 and a 2.
Nice. You take your first lap around the perimeter, slowly counting them, keeping your eyes on them, watching them thoroughly. The cobras themselves are, again, they're medium-sized creatures. There's a fair amount of vegetation around here, but you guys are keeping your fires lit so that you can keep a watch on it. Not a lot of people are out. They know that these things are sort of dangerous and about, and so the hired guards that like drive the caravans, some of those guys are awake. You're not awake by yourself in any way. When you start to make your way back towards the front, you get back to the back where you guys. It's a circle where you start. As you're gathering your stuff together, the earth suddenly erupts with these bronze scouts, 3 of them, that come leaping up out of the dirt. They rolled a natural 20 plus 7 on stealth. So.
Oh, cool. Lit.
Yeah.
Great.
Sorry. So they are going to get they're going to get to surprise attack you. They erupt sort of all over the camp. But for you guys, you have 3 of them to be concerned with. So my apologies, Clever Stitch.
It's all good. Point of question.
Yes.
For the magical armor. Is that still in effect, or has it become null and void because Thosin has gone to sleep? I forget how this works.
I think it's until the next dawn.
I think it's until the next dawn as well, but let me double check.
Okay. I will start making rolls because it takes me a moment to do them.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, here we go. Let's.
Okay. It says at the end of a long rest, you can imbue the magic into a weapon or an armor by touching a non-magical version. Until your next long rest or you die, the object gains a +1 bonus.
I'll say it's at the end of the long rest, because he hasn't completed the long rest yet. So it's basically at the end of each long rest you can set whatever it is.
Sure. And I haven't imbued it on anything else.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So let's go with that. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so the first one absolutely misses. That's a natural 5 and a 2. So that doesn't hit. The second attack is a 23.
Yeah.
That's going to hit. And then the third attack is a 13.
Miss.
Misses.
Come on. I'm
Okay.
a cat.
Yeah, didn't suspect. So, leaping up out of the dirt, the Bronze Scouts sort of come flying out past your faces. You duck, you dodge, and one of them does manage to land a bite on you. That is going to be 5 points of piercing damage and 3 points of lightning damage. Total of 8 points of damage.
Lightning damage, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
And then we are going to flip for initiative.
Oh, my new fancy card that I actually have. Oh, and of course, I don't that tracks.
Bad guys are on
Sirach
a
is up
king.
first.
So yeah, I would go first then.
Yep.
Oh, poor Olara.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, Sirach is up first.
All right, Sirach, what do you got?
I hear loud noises.
Hissing.
Mm-hmm.
Screeching.
I stand up. I pick up my. I reach and I pick up the blades of House of Rain,
Okay.
and I look out, and what do I see? The three things attacking Clever Stitch.
Throughout the fires, you see these bronze scouts, similar to what you saw in the shop, leaping up out of the ground, their mouths arcing with electricity, blue sparks sort of bursting off of them, the loud pops and cracks echoing throughout the fields. You can see them, the cobras rushing in from the undergrass that is further out there. That was a very bombastic choice of music. I'm going to try something a little different. Yes, exactly. So there are 3 bronze scouts and 3 iron cobras that seem to be closing in on you guys.
Okay. So. Sorry, some of my foot there. So let's take care of some of these scouts. I'm gonna jump out with the blades of House of Rain and kind of go up and give Clever Stitch a hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to, on one of them, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark
Okay.
as my bonus action, and then I will attack twice with the blades of House of Rain.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not pretty. That's going to be a 15. Well, let me put it this way: 15 is the higher of the two.
So as the blade strikes out, it rings against the bronze body of the scout. Armor class on the scout is 18.
Okay.
No, armor class is 13. Armor class is 13. I'm so sorry. I misread.
Oh,
Thank God.
Yeah.
woo!
Strong ass snakes.
Okay, which is okay. So one of my attacks does hit because the other was 7 and a 5, so that's 12.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that'll be 1d8 and 1d6 for Hunter's Mark. That's gonna be 1 plus 4, 5 plus 4, so that'll be 9 damage.
Okay. As the blade cuts into it, you can hear the metal sort of tear away, and the magic that had been protecting it falter. That one is bloodied.
Yeah.
All right, now it's the bad guys.
It is the bad guys. As the bad guys struggle to find music that is appropriate. We'll just put on the weirder things one because. Okay, so 2 bronze scouts that are in range. One of them is going to attack Sirach. One of them is going to attack Clever Stitch. Both of them with a +5. So that is a 10 and a 16. Sirach?
10 misses, 16 just hits.
Okay, so yeah, the 10 was against Clever Stitch, the 16 against Sirach.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't
Yes.
make that a little clearer.
No, that was my fault. Yeah, 16 hits.
That is going to be 8 points of damage, 5 piercing, and 3 lightning points of damage. And then I'm going to say that those Iron Cobras that were on the edges spend their turn dashing into melee with people.
Cool.
And then the bronze scouts are going to burrow down underneath the ground, and they have
Rude.
earth armor. Bronze scouts do not provoke attacks of opportunity when they burrow.
God.
So that is it for the bad guys. Who's up next?
Those in.
Those in.
So real quick, just to keep it honest, if I'm not mistaken, you can't sleep in heavy armor.
That's correct.
Got it. So let me undo that.
And
but
now
I
he has
will.
an armor class of 9.
14. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Okay, so obviously I'll grab my mason shield.
Okay.
I'm prone.
Yes,
assume?
if you're asleep, you were prone. Most people don't sleep standing up.
I will. You'd be surprised. I will tap Sarat and be like, "Get up, we're under attack." And while I do that, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on her.
Okay.
And then I am going to go towards the nearest enemy. I don't know which one it would be.
Probably an Iron Cobra.
Okay, I wouldn't go into melee. I would still keep some distance, so
Okay.
about like 15, 20 feet away, maybe?
Yeah.
And then cast Sacred Flame.
Okay, from 15 feet away, you cast Sacred Flame.
Dexterity 13.
Okay, hold on. Excuse me a moment, guys. I'm gonna redo some.
Oh, it's fixed.
Yeah, if that helps. Okay, there we go. Apologies. Okay, so is that a saving throw for Sacred Flame?
Yes, correct. Dexterity saving throw, DC 13.
Okay, so the Iron Cobra goes to dodge out of the way, and then you see that the magic that it has along it, and that alloy, that adamantine alloy, also makes it resistant to magic, gives it advantage on saving throws. So that is a 17 plus. So that will miss. That is a modified 20.
Damn it. I rolled a double 8 on it too.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry. I am so
It's all
sorry.
good. And then I will keep the shield in front of me and just prepare for an attack just in case.
Okay, so you get up, you hop out of the wagon. You don't have, half your movement was just getting up. So you're about 20 feet away from the Iron Cobra. Sacred Flame sort of bursts off of it. Who's up next?
That would be me.
Go for it.
All right. So first, the one that hit me earlier. Fuck it.
The bronze scouts have burrowed. You cannot.
They bro. Then never mind. Fuck them. I'm just gonna shoot whichever thing was unaffected by the Sacred Flame.
Okay,
Twice.
that Iron Cobra? Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
So you turn your bow to the Iron Cobra. He's about, I'm going to say 10 feet from you, having come
Perfect.
rushing in from the field.
And then, of course, sharpshooter on both.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so a 23 on the higher one.
Okay, that
And
hits.
a 13 on the lower one.
Barely. That barely
Yes.
hits. These are your magical arrows?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
then never mind. That's 1 up for both of those.
Okay.
14. I always forget that it
Yeah.
gets a +1. I still. So let me put this aside on a 2, so I keep track of my arrows. So yes, +1 to both of those. So 25, 24,
Mhm.
14. So then that is 40 points of damage total.
Oof.
Yes.
2
40
arrows
points of damage.
thud into its armor loud, and you can hear the grinding of the mechanical gears underneath. It is in a real bad way. It is
Good.
going to have a hard time staying up.
Good, it interrupted my friend's sleep. Go back to whence you came, foul beasts.
Okay.
That's
Anything else, Clever Stitch?
Nope.
All right, who's next?
Sarai.
Okay, so she's going to take the cucumbers off of her eyes.
Eat them.
Mantle of Inspiration, so 8 temp hit points. If you want to use your reaction to move your speeds, you can. You don't get attacks of opportunity like these little worm fucks. And they don't have to understand me, they just have to hear me.
Okay.
So Vicious Mockery at one of them.
Okay. The weakened Iron Cobra.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. And again, the magic that preserves the Iron Cobras, its resistance, gives it advantage on saving throw, natural 19, plus 0.
Fuck. Thank you.
As you attempt to deride the Iron Cobra in some meaningful way, it thinks to you, nah, I'm an Iron Cobra.
We're gonna have a big dick energy off. Is that what this is? You want to start
Yeah.
swinging them? Let's go, kid. You and me. Gentlemen, back off.
Alright, have fun.
All right, after Sarai, I believe it is Olaroon. I think he's our last Mohican.
You're muted.
So the last sad boy is what he is.
Just
Because
true.
he also goes. So he hears what's happening and he looks and he realizes he doesn't have his armor. And he goes, "Gosh, like I can't believe these people always." He's like grumbling, like grabbing his sword, like he's like summoning his sword and like grabbing his shield and be like, "Never
Motherfucking snakes
attack
on
when I have my
motherfucking
armor
Farming
on."
Plan.
Yeah. It's like, why can't you just attack when I have my armor on? I hate all these people showing up in the middle of the night. How dare you? So bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And then as I get up, how many of them do I see within, 120 feet of me?
3.
3? Okay. Is there anyone on anyone right now?
Nobody's in
Okay.
melee with any of them.
Okay. Then the closest one, I will let loose 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay. I'm gonna say the closest one is probably the second Iron Cobra.
Okay.
You can target the weaker one if you would like. It's up to you.
Okay. So the first one misses with a 10.
But that does miss.
Then I'm going to aim at the weaker one,
Okay.
and that's a little bit better, a 17.
That does hit. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Sweet. And of course, what do I roll on Eldritch Blast damage? But a 1.
Hey.
Oh no.
So 1 whole point of damage. This is just not a good day for me already.
Ooh.
Okay. It is holding on, unfortunately. The 1 point of force damage from Eldritch Blast is not enough to diminish it, but it does suffer from that damage. All right, new round, new card. Bad guys are on a 6.
Look who else is on a 6.
E. Okay, so I
So
believe.
Sarai is first, and then Sirach.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey,
How-
it's alright, it's
How many can I
alright.
see?
3.
Pull, please.
Okay.
Holding.
Magic missile.
Okay. What level?
First.
Okay. 1 dart for each.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Nine.
Well, if it's 1 dart for each, then it's I need each dart individually.
Okay, so 2,
Okay.
2, 5.
2, 2, 5. The injured Iron Cobra continues to persist. He is hanging on. Those last 5 hit points have been really hanging on for him.
Hold on.
Just you wait.
Just-
Will be hanging out much longer.
I don't know that I have any like attack bonus actions, but I'm checking.
They
'Cause
are
fuck this guy. No.
they are
no.
very rare. They are very rare to have attack bonus actions.
Listen, me having attack anything is very rare. So
That's
who
fair.
knows?
Okay.
Does anyone hurt? Anyone?
I mean, I took damage.
Couple of scratches.
Yeah.
All right, healing word.
How generous.
For who?
Hold on. For Sirach,
For Sirach.
For Sirach. Okay.
6.
Woo!
Nice.
Money, money, money!
And actually, she'll say to him in Sylvan the same thing she said to Talroth.
Oh no, my love, you can't die.
That's not what she said, fuckface.
I mean, he remembers it so weirdly, you know.
Sirach, it's your turn.
With those words of encouragement now coursing through him and confusing him, he runs up to the not the one that we've been focus firing on, but one of the other cobras,
Got it.
and he's gonna attack him. He's gonna. God damn, because that thing went away. Hey, because I have my hunter's mark. Does that let me see where it is?
You know
You have
where it is, but you
advantage.
can't see it.
Yeah.
Okay, but is it still around?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's underground.
Can I try to like stab through the ground to hit it?
I will let you know because you have the hunter's mark on it. That's not going to be effective.
Okay, but like, is it still in the area where we
Yes.
are?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. If there was not a foot of dirt between you and it, you could attack it. But
Okay.
nothing you're not going to be able to stab into the ground with enough force to damage it and make it through the dirt.
Okay. In that case, I will make 2 attacks on one of the other snakes.
Okay, on the iron cobras. Got it.
On the iron cobras.
Okay.
Okay, those are good. The lowest is a dirty 20.
So then the both hit.
Okay, I'm gonna do planar warrior. So the one will get an extra D. It gets an extra D8, and it's all force damage on the first one.
Awesome.
All right, so that's 6 plus 4 for 10, plus 3 for 13 on the first hit.
Okay, nice.
The second hit is gonna be 7.
Okay.
And that's just the second hit is just slashing.
Got it.
And yeah, that'll be his attack.
Okay, sounds good. So with both blades and the planar warrior, this iron cobra is into the bloodied range, just barely. After Sirach, it
It's
is
me.
Clever Stitch.
Okay, so first on that one that has like fucking 3 hit points left,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot it. No sharpshooter, because I'll need it. That is a a natural 3. So plus 9, 12, plus 1.
Is it a
13?
magical arrow? 13, yeah.
13. The magical arrow got you there.
Hey.
So that one's out.
So I kill it.
You do. You do.
And
yes,
then
well done.
the one that was just planar warriored. I would like to hit it as well. This one will be a sharpshooter.
Okay.
And that's going to be a natural 18 to hit. So that is, and I will make it a grasping arrow as well.
Okay.
So 2D. Oh, they're snakes. So I'm probably immune to poison, huh?
They're not like real snakes.
That's true, but they're also constructs, so they're probably immune to poison, but they're also probably immune to psychic. Fuck it, whatever. Grasping arrow still. It is 17 points of piercing damage, and 8 points of poison.
You watch the poison run off of its scales, having no effect on
I
it.
figured. However, the vines still wrap around it, and its speed is reduced by 10, and it will take 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn that it moves.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's it.
After Clever Stitch, who's up?
Bad guys and Olorun.
Bad guys. They got a dex of +3, so I think they got you beat, Olorun. I'm gonna go with yes.
I think that is correct.
Okay. So, bursting up out of the ground. The Bronze Scouts are going to initiate their lightning flare. So, things that are touching the ground within 15 feet of them, which feels like everybody.
No. I did not get out of the cart.
Okay, so you are still in the cart. So everybody but Saride, I need you guys to make 3 dexterity saving throws.
I'll sing your stories.
I got a 12, a 12, and a 22.
Okay, so the DCs are, they're all 13. So,
I fail one of them.
okay. If you failed, you are going to take 16 points of lightning damage for each one that you failed, 8 points of lightning damage for the ones you succeeded.
Oh, God.
Hold on, I gotta do some concentration stuff too. I failed all 3.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
So here, let me do math first. 16 per
So it's
fight.
Yeah, so that's 48 points of damage.
Thank God for that mantle of inspiration.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I'm
you ain't wrong.
That would have made me unconscious if it wasn't for that.
Fuck.
Okay, concentration 16, so it would be 10.
Yeah, three of 10 or better.
Natural 10 for the first one.
Okay.
Natural 20 for the second one.
Okay.
Natural 15 for the third one. So Shield of Faith stays up.
Nice.
I'll tell your stories.
I'm doing it for you.
You watch the Bronze Scouts burst out their full amount of electricity. They are not exhausted, but they can't do that again. They only get 1 charge of that per rest.
Good. I fucking hope so. Fuck.
Iron Cobras. 2 Iron Cobras. There is no fear in this dojo. So the one iron cobra that has the grasping arrow on it has to. I'm gonna say it has to move. Right?
Yeah, it can try and remove them with an athletics check, but it has no arms and hands.
That's
so...
true. Yeah. So it is going to take the slashing damage, and this is magical.
Yes. So it is 11 points of slashing damage.
So it's out. Nicely done.
Yes.
Nicely done, Clever Stitch. 6 hit points left on that one as it wheels about, prepares to coil up and snap at Sirach. It the blades of that grasp cut into it, and it launches and then sort of falls flat, just inches away from Bird, from feathers and bitey bites. Carlos? Okay, no, you're good? Okay, so last Iron Cobra, they are going to wheel about, and yeah, Sirach, you're the one that is closest to them, so they are going to make that attack against you.
Bring it on.
Natural 15 plus 5, 20 to hit.
Okay, don't bring it on that hard though.
Okay, so that is 6 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, yes, Constitution. Ooh, there we go. That was almost really good. 4.
Okay. Roll me a d6, please.
Oh, good. 6.
You are paralyzed until the end of your next turn.
Understood.
The Iron Cobra bites into the foghorn leghorn bird thigh, piercing past your leather armor, and you feel this injection of poison course up into your body. Your muscles lock up as your body tries to fight off the poison, but it fails to do so. That is it for the bad guys. Who is up next?
Olaroon.
Olaroon.
Olaroon. Cole.
Trying to
Cole.
figure out what I'm going to do, because if I get in, look, I might die.
Join the club.
Tell me about it.
It's the curse of not being able to wear heavy armor.
We're all there with you.
Let's see. I'm going to move up to who's the biggest one?
There's one Iron Cobra that is pretty healthy that is left.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action Hexblade Curse that one.
Okay.
And I'm going to move it to melee range and hit it really hard.
Let's do it.
Don't let me now. That's a natural 20, baby.
Yay!
Nice.
So I will also be throwing a second level Divine Smite onto that because
Nice.
of course I will.
I did make a slight adjustment to the critical rules. We talked about it last week. I'm gonna put my box cutter down so I'm not just waving it around. I just fiddle with things off camera, so that was one of them. So you get max damage for your base weapon, and any damage dice that you would have declared before making the attack. So things like Divine Smite and other abilities like that you put on afterwards, you get double the dice, but you have to roll all of the dice. So
Okay, that's cool. So I rolled. So that's so base damage. I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Plus 8 for my dueling and Hexblade's Curse stuff.
Okay.
So that's 15 plus another 8 from the initial max roll.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 23 points of damage.
Yep.
23 points of damage. And so I will roll 6d8 of Divine Smite damage.
Sounds good.
4, 5, 6. Not bad. For another 31 points of smite damage.
Okay, so with a total of 54 points of smite damage, enough to one-shot this Iron Cobra at full health. It was only missing 5 hit points, so even without that, you summon the power of, I want to say Grayskull, but I know that's not right. Yeah, and so the smite erupts. You behead this Iron Cobra. It doesn't spray blood, but the gears and the oils and the lubricants sort of go scattering out across the campsite. Anything else, Olaro?
As it falls, I'm gonna turn to them and be like, going back to sleep. And I just start walking back to my area.
There are more enemies.
Still got 3 scouts.
Yeah. Sorry. Forgot about that.
I raised
Oh,
your
go back
bar.
to sleep. Go back to sleep. It's fine. We got it.
Yeah, so I mean that's all I can do anyway. So and I do gain 9 hit points back.
Okay, awesome. That sounds good. Who's next? New round?
This guy, I think I'm up.
Okay, those in. Yeah.
Okay, so this may determine what I do. It's been months.
Yeah.
When we were dipping things, making them adamantine, that was a thing, right? Like
Yeah.
that wasn't a different campaign that I was in.
Nope.
Okay, great. I can't remember. I'm sure that I dipped my shield in it, but there is no such thing as an adamantine shield on
No.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
So, would I assume that I did that? Because I knew I didn't do my mace, because I said that was my replicas of my mother's mace, so it's backstory stuff.
Okay.
So, if that's the case, then I'm going to run up to one of the little snake thingies,
Okay.
and I am going to improvise weapon and try to smash it with my shield,
Cool.
knowing that non-magical weapons don't do anything.
Yeah, that sounds good. You can do that. You don't get the proficiency bonus to the attack roll, and then I believe it's a D4 plus your strength minus 1.
Got it. So it's just D20 straight.
Plus your strength modifier.
Oh, that's a natural 19.
That'll hit.
The D4 is 2 plus my strength, which is 4, so 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, nice. Yeah,
And
it goes through. You hit one of the bronze scouts. It does the full 6 damage.
Great. Bonus action. I'm healing wording myself.
Nicely done.
And I'll just do the math on my end.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. I was just double checking. Improvised weapons, objects that bear no resemblance to a weapon. I mean, whatever. D4. Yeah, great. Okay, it all works. After those in, new round. Oh. Scouts are on an ace.
Ah.
And all 3 of them are up. So it is going to be Olaroon, Sirac, Thozen, in that order.
Are the scouts not going?
Yeah, they are.
No,
Ace.
they're attacking.
They're
The
attacking.
3 of you in that order.
Oh, those are the attacks attacking us in that order.
Yeah.
Got it. I thought you meant us.
Nope.
Never mind.
My
I'm picking up
apologies.
what you're putting down.
Yeah, my apologies. Olaroon, that is a 22 to hit. Sirac, that is a 23 to hit. Thozen, that is a 19 to hit. I'm pretty sure that hits everybody. It is going to be 8 points of damage total. Yes, correct. 5 piercing, 3 lightning.
Also, you have the ability to roll again against me because I am paralyzed.
Oh, Thank you
And
for
any
for
creature
your
that hits this
honesty.
creature, it's a critical hit if it's an attack within 5 feet of the creature.
Okay, so let's add. That is an additional per our critical rules. That's an additional 10 points of damage.
19 damage.
18.
18. Oh, good. No, I'm down.
The one that attacked me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need it to make a Dex saving throw.
Okay.
DC 16.
Dex saving throw with its magical resistance is a 15. It fails.
It fails. That is since I didn't declare what spell level it was, I'm just gonna say it was level 1.
Okay.
So that is 14 points of radiant damage
Okay.
as I use it's not old, it's new. I haven't used it before. Heavenly Rebuke, which is the celestial counterpart to Hellish Rebuke.
Nicely done. So, Heavenly Rebuke. Yes. That's going to take that Bronze Scout out. As the radiant energy bursts up and over it, it begins to pierce through its metal skin and it falls out, erupted on. Okay, after the bad guy.
Concentration stays up, by the way.
Thank you.
Nice.
Who's up?
That's me.
That's you. Do it, Clever Stitch.
One on each of them, both. And what's it called?
Sharpshooter.
Yeah, the one that I always do.
Okay.
That is a natural 19 and a natural 8. Or, no, sorry, natural 18 and a natural 7, but plus the plus ones. I always forget.
Okay.
So both of those will hit. So that is... It's even the 7. Oh, wait, no. The 7 won't. I forgot because of Sharpshooter. Because that's 8 plus 4, 12. So that one will miss.
Yeah.
But the other one, however, is not very good damage. 16 points of damage.
The 16 is enough to kill the attacker on Sirach. I'm going to say you
Perfect.
targeted that one first because he's the one that fell.
Because he is unconscious.
Yeah, so going for that guy. The one that is attacking Thozen, you try to take the aim and really hit that pinpoint. It shifts just enough, and the arrow glances on the side. Just doesn't get the penetration it needs.
Dang.
Who's up next?
Olaroon.
All right, Olaroon.
So I since it's 2 down, Stitch is looking rough. Well, not Stitch. Sirach is down. There's only one left, right?
Correct.
You know what? I'm gonna get all my spell slots back, hopefully. So I'm just gonna go up and try and smite this one too.
Okay, sounds good.
So that is. Oh well. The duality of man. That's a natural 1.
Oh no! The sword comes swinging through. It's gonna hit the dirt. You feel it sort of ring and vibrate in your hand, and you feel a slight pang of guilt and disappointment as your patron goes, "Is that how you would use me? You would throw me in the dirt?"
Oh no! And I just think to myself, this is why I wanted to just go back to sleep. I wanted to end on a high note.
I should have stayed asleep.
I should have stayed asleep.
All right. Sorry about that. Olaroon, who's up next?
I think it's me.
All right. Thozen,
Yes.
what do you got?
So there's one melee on me, correct?
Correct. Yours is the last one.
Okay, I'm gonna improvise weapon with my shield one more time.
Okay. Sounds good.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Hey.
Okay, so that is 4 points. You get to roll a d4 and add your strength to it.
And then as a half orc, I took the savage attacker side of it.
Awesome.
So I do an extra damage
Lit.
die, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
So you roll 2d4.
1 and 1
No.
plus 4 on strength, so 6 on my end.
All right. So
Plus the
so
max
10.
of 10.
Yeah, plus the max, so 10. Okay, so that one is up. It is barely holding on. Any bonus actions you would like to do?
I'm going to use my I'm trying to think of the shield. Oh, that is a bonus action to use my shield. Push, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Then no, I'm not gonna do that. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Sirach.
Okay. Thozen reaches out. A mystical word of healing leaves his lips as the energy flows over Sirach's body. His spirit rallies, and he recovers.
7 hit points.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a
For
good
healing word. Yeah.
All right.
Shit.
After.
Next, it is Sarai.
Right. Thank you.
Is Sirach still paralyzed?
He would be, yes.
Until the end of
Then
this turn.
I'm going to run over to him
Okay.
and Arwen forehead kiss him
Okay.
and cast Restoration.
Okay.
And then
Lesser
Mantle of
restoration,
Inspiration.
I believe, is what you said.
Yes, Lesser Restoration to take away paralyzed.
Great.
And then bonus action, Mantle of Inspiration for everybody.
Mhm.
Nice.
And if I have any movement left, I'm running behind Thozen.
If you use your reaction, you can move behind Thozen.
I don't get those. It's
Oh, you
only
don't?
4 people.
It's for
Then-
everybody except for her.
It's
Then-
everyone but me because I'm a fucking saint. What?
Then no.
Well, listen. You aren't awed by your own beauty. This is just an everyday for you.
Can
I
you
make her
imagine
look at my
looking
shield
in the
so she can
mirror?
see herself.
You accidentally catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, and you're like, hi.
It's like Medusa, but not stone, instead inspiring.
All right, and last but
Yeah,
not least on the
right.
round is Sirach.
So I'm gonna use my reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna use my reaction. Well, yeah.
You
so
might
I'm
as
just
well
gonna
use it to stand up. Yeah.
No, I'm not using my reaction to stand up. I'm using half my movement to stand up.
Okay.
And there's only one guy left, right?
Yep.
All right. Should we hit him, or you know what? No, I'm feeling squirrely. I'm going to look back at Sarai and I'm going to say, "Thank you so much," and I'm gonna Misty Step 30 feet away.
Okay.
And just drop the swords, draw the bow, and kapow you for 1 shot.
Okay. Let's do it.
Well, 2 shots. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay. Ew. Gross. Oh wait, no, that's that. So that's a 14 and a 13.
Both will hit.
Okay. And there's that. That's that. I'll use my bonus action to cast Planar Warrior on the 1 attack.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my other D8? There you are. So that's going to be 5 plus 7 for a 12 plus 8 for 20 damage.
That's showtime.
Woo!
Nicely done. Talk to us, buddy. What happens?
So Surak stands up and looks at Saride and says thank you, and then in a swirling gray force type energy surrounds him, and he disappears from where he is and reappears 30 feet behind from where he was. And as he reappears, you see the blades drop from his hand, and he reaches back, pulls out his bow, and as he pulls out the bow, 2 arrows are coming with the bow out of the quiver, and lets it through and hits on each side of the cobra's hood.
Mhm.
It has the 2 markings and hits like bullseye, one on each of them.
Nicely done. As you guys look around, you can see the students' magics and the other guards sort of driving off the last of the cobras and putting down the last few of the scouts. What would you guys like to do?
Yell at them for
Screamers
not
alright.
helping me.
Screamers!
Yeah.
Screamers! I'm gonna make that little man love me. Screamers!
You go looking for screamers?
Yes!
Okay. Roll me a percentile.
Oh my god.
Screamers is dead. And right after he said all those nice things about me on my review.
6?
A 6? Okay.
Because it was a 6 and then 2 zeros, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you are looking for screamers, you come looking. Are you calling his name as you're wandering around?
Oh no, she's like skirts up, slow-mo running. Screamers! Screamers!
Okay. Sure. As that is happening, for comical effect, I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. $14.
14. Okay, so as you are running, skirt up, high stepping it through the camp, looking for Screebers, Screeber's head pops up out of one of the bronze scouts' burrowed holes, and you almost trips you. You do sort of step over him. It's very much a, what is it? I'm here. And Meg froze, and we lost her.
Yeah.
And that was it.
She did.
Oh no. I'm not gonna lie, when you
He
said
sits on his
Screeber's
face.
head, I was expecting it to be just his head.
Oh no. He's more resilient than that, unfortunately. I like.
How dare
Screebers.
you? Yes, fortunately.
Yeah, fortunately. I do like Screebers.
Are you back?
Let's do this. It is 9:44 at the moment. Let's take a 5-minute break. Let everybody's connections catch up and all of that. And we are going to be back right around 9:50. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. We are going to see you in just a few minutes. But until then, stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have...
Matthew, and I'm playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer. Pew pew pew.
Cole, and I am playing the unapologetically black ASMR Warlock Paladin, Olaroon Dawnseeker.
I love you, Cole. I'm Megan, and I'm playing Sarai Landir, the Eladrin Glamour Bard.
I'm Eric, and I'm playing Surak, the Arakakra Horizon Walker Ranger.
And I'm Carlos. I'm playing Thousand Fahrenheit, the half-orc tiefling forge cleric.
Okay, so you guys have just been assaulted by Guardians of the Ancient Wonders here in the 4 Point Farms. You were able to repel the iron cobras. Those bronze scouts were far more dangerous than the iron cobras. I think only one person got bit by a cobra. So that was interesting. You guys have been recovering pieces from them. Just the metals are semi-precious themselves. So I will say that for each one, you guys pick up like, let's call it 20 gold pieces worth of material. So there's that. Screevers comes sort of popping up out of one of the bronze scout holes, because they burrow underground. They are medium-sized. He is small, so he can fit in them. Sarai nearly tripped over him, but gracefully leapt over his head as he came up.
Screamers, are you all right?
Yes, I am fine. Are you okay?
I mean, the others got a little banged up a bit, but did you get hurt? Did it bite you at all? Do you need a healing?
No, I am fine. Thank you. Your offer of healing is much appreciated. But no, I am doing all right. I saw them coming, and then they were here, and I was like, whoa. And I thought, Screamers, for your next performance review, you said your goal was to not just protect the carts, but that you were to be more contributive. And so I thought, how can I be more contributive? And Screamers said, Screamers, you should see what's in the hole. And I did.
And what did you find?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's the contributing part to the contributive. So, a report on the Scouts Hole by Screamers.
She will, like, Snow White fluff her dress and sit down.
It is dark and full of dirt. But if you go deep enough, it is hard and chompy. I did not go through the chompy. It was sort of not chompy, but like scroll.
Oh, was it mechanical?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
About how far down?
Screamers is not good with distances.
Fair, neither am I, honestly. I just thought it was the right question to ask.
It is a very good question. However, Screamers moves at the speed of plot, more so than a traditional moving speed. So, we should never really assume that what Screamers travels in a given combat scenario is reasonably travelable by other people. We will assume that Screamers knows the ancient magics of being in important places.
Ah, right. Screepers of Clan MacGuffin, of course.
Yes,
I apologize.
well, let's not use that word. That feels derogatory, or fourth wall breaking, really.
That's fair. I don't feel like the world's really ready for that yet, do you?
No. Screamers needs to be Screamers and not Deadpool, so, we'll stick with Screamers.
Saride will stare into the camera like she's Jim on The Office, and then go join the rest of them.
My apologies.
Anachronism. Anachronism.
I want Screamers to be able to give you guys information like that and stuff, but it's also like 3 rounds of combat. How far could he have realistically gotten to have 3 rounds of combat and then be back, having explored something? So we'll say in reality, it's probably, he doesn't come back up for probably 5 minutes after the fight.
When I get back, how is everyone else looking?
Around the camp.
Like us, how are you all looking?
I mean, I'm not looking great, but I think if I finish my rest, hopefully, I would look better.
Nothing a good rest won't take care of.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well then, can you get some? Is it safe to go back to sleep then?
Hopefully, I will finish my rest and tend to my wounds, and then we will hopefully finish the rest of our rest.
Yeah,
Well-
you all go
Well,
to
today.
sleep. I'll watch out.
No, I'll stay up with you, and then I'll.
You need to get a full night. I'm up now. It's fine.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. I kiss her on the forehead and go to bed.
You guys spend
Night.
the next 8 hours resting. It takes you later into the morning than you had initially hoped, but after having the middle of your night disrupted, it just sort of happens. You all do recover your hit points in the morning. What would you guys like to do today?
If Griebers said something about there being metallic chompies somewhere underground, perhaps we try and find a cave that leads down to this chompy mechanical underground.
I think it's just the burrowing tunnels. That's what it seems like. I mean,
Do
we
we
could go
think
back to the one that he popped out of.
Yeah, I mean they were medium-sized creatures, so possibly we can fit in their tunnels, or is that a little?
Looking at the tunnels, you guys could fit in them. It is a little tight, for sure. So they're medium-sized creatures, but they're not of medium-sized creature like height,
Sure.
right? So it's sort of like working like a dwarven tunnel, right? All of you, except for maybe Sirach, although his wings are very big, his height is actually pretty short. The rest of you guys are gonna be like hunched over. You're gonna be doing the universal video game sneaky walk, which no human can do for more than like 10 feet before they're like, God, this is awful. I'll just be found. Come on.
Alright, perhaps we... Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can go down there just because I'm wondering if that's where they're coming from, if that'll lead down there. To where they came from. Thoughts?
I'm good with it. As long as I fit, I sit, I guess.
Did not know that Thousand was a cat.
I was just trying to relate. Is that ignorant? Sorry, I was. Yeah.
Alright, let's go into these burrowed stupid tunnels.
Before we go down there, I touch Sarak's bow and cast the Blessing of the Forge on his bow. +1 to, I think it's damage only. I don't think it's the actual. I'll double check, but your bow's magical.
Woo!
Who is leading their way into the burrowed tunnels?
Probably Sirach or Clever Stitch. Sirach, you have a better perception than I do, and we're both relatively sneaky-ish.
I like the sound of it. Goggles.
Okay. What's the order? Who's second? Cover Stitch is second. Who's third? Okay.
Third.
Deride is third. Who's fourth?
That could be fourth.
Okay, so Olerun, you're bringing up the rear.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn back real quick. Wait, Clever Stitch, are we trying to be sneaky as we go through here?
I have no clue.
Do we want to be sneaky as we go through here?
We can try.
Well, only because I can help with that.
Ah. I mean, it can't hurt. Although, and he's gonna lean into Sirach. Two of them are really, really loud and clanky. So I don't really know.
Yeah,
heard
maybe
that.
I will do it. With that being said, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Perfect.
Okay. Sounds good.
We get plus 10 to our stealth rolls.
Nice.
Nice. So the tunnels are about 5 feet in diameter. They are mostly round. So everybody that is taller than 5 feet, guess what? You're squatting as you're making your way through there. Sirach, you are keeping your eyes peeled. Your passive perception is more than enough. You can see the divots and the breaks in the... What's up, Olerun? Did you have something?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, the stretch looked like a wave for attention. So, as you are making your way down into these tunnels, you can see the divots where the bronze scouts, they're like those wheel things that you see, their version of legs, sort of pierce into the dirt and the rock and stuff and give them the ability to climb around. You can also see where Screever's his little claw marks and foot marks have been made. It is about 5 minutes. Let me rephrase. It's about 3 minutes in when Sirach, you see that the tunnel takes a sharp turn. What has been sort of maybe like a spiral or a weave and like a little bit more of like a serpentine kind of thing, very much becomes just like a straight like waterfall slide drop down. And actually the sharp incline that leads into it. So you can see it's about 20 feet of like slip and slide incline down, and then it looks like it levels off into a just like a drop.
Okay. So it looks like we got about a 20-foot drop coming up. Do we want me to try to like glide down and check out what's at the bottom of that before we send everyone down?
Can you, with how cramped it is?
I mean, I can try.
If you want to, I will back you. If you fail, I will climb down and try and help you. With drawings.
Okay.
Yeah, can I
Make me
can I
an
try to
acrobatics check, please. Yeah, what is your wingspan, Sirach?
yeah, that's a question.
I thought it was like 6 feet. I thought.
It could very well be. I don't know if it's stated anywhere in the Aarakocra general wingspan.
How tall are you?
Like 5. What was it? Like 5'5", 5'6"?
I thought you were like 5 foot.
Oh no,
Like
I was real short.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
real short, dude.
No, I'm like 4. I think it was 4'8". That was it.
Yeah.
It was super short. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like dimension-wise, it would be at least 6 feet.
Yeah. I think it's almost like double your height is your wingspan. So, but the tunnel's too big for you to full on fly. But I would like an acrobatics check. I will give you advantage because you can at least attempt to wing fall with grace.
He's falling with.
All right, so that'll be 18.
Okay, 18 is more than enough. You go sliding down down the slide portion of it. Your talons sort of scraping into the floor, catching the dirt just enough. When you come into the just full on drop, it is about another 20 feet straight down, and you open your wings just enough, not enough that you can't open them fully, but you sort of spread them out and catch a bit of the air, and you're able to kind of grab onto one of the sides with your talon and just descend in a very controlled fashion, which is lucky because at the bottom of the pit there is a metal iris that is closed. Think sort of that old school like colander style, but with a little like rows of blades or flower of blades up around the top. That's really part of that iris. So it looks like it'll open out and then it sort of closes, and it's kind of in this sharp point down there.
Make sure you come down carefully. There's a big piece of metal at the bottom of the slide. It looks like it might hurt.
I turned to Sarai and I was like, well, that ruins my idea. I was just thinking about going on a sledding on my shield, but okay.
That sounds better than just straight falling into knives.
I mean, I have a rope.
How long have you had rope, Stitch?
Always. Always.
Cool.
So if you all want to, I can try and help lower you down, and then I can climb down pretty easy.
I don't think so. Don't want to mess up your precious rope there. You know, you're saving it for something special, clearly. Climbing in moments of peril. So please keep it intact, and we're gonna take our try our
He
luck.
had wings. He had wings. He can fly down. I can, but you all don't have wings or claws. Claws.
Seeing how upset Sarai is, I'm gonna take my 50-foot of rope that I was pulling out of my bag and slowly put it back in my bag and be like,
Anybody else got rope? I'm gonna fucking show.
If you need a hand, I have some rope down here.
So yeah,
It's fine. We can use the rope.
which one?
I would like to real quick ask a question. Didn't you guys get a rope of climbing at one point, or is that a different game? Okay.
hold on.
Yes, it was us.
Yes, we do have a rope of climbing, actually.
I thought we
and it
sold it.
I hope not.
I don't think you did. No.
So hey, we got a rope. Well, fucking hell! When was someone gonna remind me about the rope of climbing?
I forgot that it was in. The handy haversack. I apologize.
Yes, I am, Stitch. I'm really just a pretty face and I say nice things. That's it. It's your job to make sure my lily white ass doesn't fucking get spiked down there.
Turns out it's actually in my possession, so I will pull it out of the handy haversack. And here's the rope of climbing.
Oh,
I mean, you have to anchor it to something. It'll knot itself for you.
Yeah, I will give it the command word to knot itself, and then Let me see. I don't
I
think
just
we
remember
have...
you guys being super excited about getting the rope
Because-
of climbing.
Rope of climbing is fucking baller as shit, but we
Yeah.
haven't needed to use it since we got it, so I forgot about it.
From the looks of it, you're not the only one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think all of you forgot about it. But
I've never
I
used one in a game, so I don't know what they do.
They're awesome. They can tie themselves into knots at even increments to make it much easier to climb because it becomes like a knotted rope instead of just like a solid one. And then I think it can also tie itself around an anchor magically without you having to worry about tying a good knot. However, we don't have an anchor, so
Do we not have pittons?
let me check my
If
bag.
you have rope, you have pittons.
Is that how you pronounce it? I thought it
Not
was Python.
necessarily.
Whatever, you got giant metal sticks.
Not necessarily.
I have a potion of climbing in my bag. Does this? No.
It'll
We're saying
help
these
one
things.
person.
No.
Oh wait, no, I'm just kidding. I don't have one.
I have an excavation kit.
I have all of nothing.
I love
could've
it.
Maybe if
sworn
one
that-
of you had a potion of climbing, or maybe a rope of climbing, it would make this easier for you.
I could have sworn that I had that pittons came in a adventuring gear thing, but apparently not. I think that's the Dungeoneer's pack.
Oh yeah.
We have climbing packs, though. We got them. We got them specifically when we geared up.
Oh, then perfect. Then we have them. So we put one in the ground, rope of climbing around it, and voila.
I'm so glad you said that because I was about to tease you guys mercilessly that you had 3 like solid episodes of shopping and buying things
And
that you
didn't pick
needed
up fucking
and
pittance.
and knew there were mountains in the way, right? Like
No, that's why. I
Yeah.
remember Olaroon and Talroth specifically got climbing gear.
Yep.
Yeah, and I picked my next favorite terrain as mountains.
Specifically for this.
God damn it. Someone just lower me down this damn hole.
Listen, the rope of climbing has knotted itself.
Yes.
It's tied itself around a pit and climb down.
That's fine. You guys, you do climb down safely. Well, so here's the thing. I will say that Sirach plus maybe one other person can stand at the bottom of the 5-foot area. Like you're kind of squeezed in there. So you'd be kind of pressed up against the blades or like standing on the sides of them. It is closed at the moment, that bladed iris. So other people can look and be like on the rope. Clever Stitch, you can cap haul onto the side, right? But you can't really put more than 2 people at the bottom of it. So how would you guys like to? You all get in the cylinder. Let's go ahead and call it that. So you can at least kind of see a little bit, maybe past your friends. If we are sticking with the same order, then it is Sirach and Clever Stitch down bottom, Olaroon and Thozin on the rope of climbing. Saride and Thozin on the rope of climbing, and then Olaroon probably still up top.
Apparently, we have a chime of opening on the loot sheet.
Yep.
It can be used up to 10 times before it cracks and becomes useless. And I have no clue how many times it's been used. All right.
I believe it had 4 charges on it when you got
4
it.
charge. Okay.
I know
got
that
it.
we haven't used
You
it.
have not, no. But I believe
Gotcha.
it was either 4 or 6. I want to say 4.
All right. For now, I will write down 4 charges left on the loot sheet, and then if somebody realizes that was different, then it will be modified. But we can use that. I also don't mind just giving it a look-see and seeing if it can be opened mundanely. But I think that the chime of opening is kind of just our best bet.
Okay. Make an investigation check, Clever Stitch.
Sirach, are you good at investigation checks?
I'm really much better at just kind of looking at things in general and perceiving things on a interesting level.
All right. Saride, you're better at the eyeball thing, right?
I can help, I think, from up
What?
here.
All right. Yeah, just to kind of get the best eyes on this. I will
So,
climb around and swap
so
places.
before Sarai goes down, I'm gonna tap her then, and she's like, and I'm like, good luck, and I'm going to cast Enhance Ability. Which one is this one? Intelligence. Fox is cunning, so it gives you advantage on all intelligence-based
Nice.
checks
Okay.
Okay.
So with advantage.
For 1 hour.
Nicely done.
13.
Okay. So it is not trapped. It itself is a trap, but it is not a traditional trap sort of thing. The danger is clearly obvious on it. A tinkering check could potentially open it. Thieves' tools are not useful here because it's not a traditional door, or like a heavy enough, strong enough person, like maybe Thozin's hammer could like hammer it open, but it might snap back shut.
So I have Tinker's tools, but I am not proficient in them yet. That was actually the thing I wanted to learn after.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
you would try at disadvantage, not being proficient at them, because you don't get your proficiency bonus because you don't really know how to use it. But it's more the fact that this is clearly a like contraption that you're just like fumbling at basically with those.
All right.
Or trying to hammer open with like a big hammer.
All right, then I guess we chime of opening it.
Yeah, are you doing that, or did you want Thozin to try?
If you think you can, I mean, the only thing I'm a little worried about if you hammer it open is it just snapping shut again behind us.
Well, I also don't have a hammer. I have a mace, and I'm afraid to break it.
This is fair.
I could put the shield in front of me and try to shield bash the thing.
You're a blacksmith. You have a hammer. You at least have a blacksmithing hammer.
Oh, I thought you meant like a war hammer. I didn't think you meant like a baby hammer.
I mean, well, a tool, a hammering tool.
I got it, guys.
Oh, yeah, I have that. Yeah, I'm proficient in blacksmith tools, so I have that.
I mean, also, yeah. So what is often forgotten is that with most doors, you can just attempt to damage it enough to break it.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Does it have hinges? Can I just like pop the little things that hold the hinges together?
No, it's not really hinges. It's, have you ever seen Stargate?
Yes.
SG-1? That.
Yep.
It's that thing.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, if you guys think that it doesn't matter for it to be broken, then I will hammer it open.
Either way works for me.
As you climb down, she'll pat you and inspiration.
Ooh, that's my butt. Thank you. And I make my way down. So, what should I roll?
Make a strength check. Athletics.
That is a 14?
Add your inspiration.
$15.
So you start to open it. You start to sort of hammer at it, and it begins to sort of twist open. But I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. And who is down there with Thozin while he's working on this? Sirach? Then Sirach, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as well.
So it's 15
Mm-hmm.
without the shield master's bonus.
You
but
can't use your shield at the moment because you're using both hands to work on this.
That's what I figured. So it's a 15.
15 still succeeds. 15 is the DC.
Okay, I got 16 on the dice, and that's 16 plus 7, so it's 20, 22, 23.
Okay, so you guys are both going to take half damage on the piercing damage. Or slashing, excuse me, slashing damage. So that is 15 points of damage halved to 8 as the blades snap back up. You guys dodge out of the way, but it still catches part of your thighs. You can feel it sort of pierce in, and it has. You're lucky, Thozen, if you roll real poorly on that, you could see where you were like trying to push it open, and when it snaps shut, if your hand or any part of you is in there, you can lose a limb. So if you fail the DC by more than 5, there's a chance to lose a limb.
Next time I'm trying it with my feet because I need my hands.
Yep.
Do you want to try again, or do you want to use the chime?
Let's use the chime.
Time.
I guess the chime. And I start switching places with Stitch again and make my way up.
We strike it as an action and point it at an object within 120 feet that can be opened, such as a door.
Mm-hmm.
It issues a clear tone, and one lock or latch on the object opens.
Okay. Great.
It's like noises off with us switching spaces in this little
Yeah, it's
cubicle and climbing back up.
It's the worst RPG puzzles where you have to keep switching party members to move them out of the way to get to the party member you need. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. So
That's the parking lot game where you have to move one car in order to move the other and then try to get the car out.
Yep. The chime rings out. It is a loud, clear tone in this dense space. It's nice that the dirt is soft to sort of absorb that sound. And you hear the latching, that basically the mechanism that causes the iris to spring back up disengages. So now, with no need for a check, it's actually very easy. Once that pressure, that auto closer is off, you're able to with the hammer and very protected against these sharp blades, open it back up. It is dark underneath there, but it is metallic. It is it's like an ancient like service corridor. The ground it is lined in concrete and lead, you think, maybe. There is a ominous sort of red glow that is filling the underground space, but it is worked, prepared brass, bronze, steel, maybe, with like kind of a catwalk grate, bunch of tubes. It reminds me very much of the workshop that Kenneth had at the beginning of the night. The orc. Skull and Kenneth.
Huh. Well, this is odd. I guess let's keep going.
Okay.
As well.
You descend into the tunnel, and the latch behind you is disengaged. It doesn't look like it's going to reinitiate at any point. At least not right now. It is a tunnel. It is about 10 feet in diameter. There is a graded catwalk on the floor. It is very loud in here. Just hitting anything sort of sends echoes bouncing through the metal tube.
Is there any light, or is it all dark?
There is a light at the end of the tunnel on the catwalk. It is this red, sort of spinning, spiraling, almost siren-like motion. There is no alarm, but it is disorienting. The tunnel travels, let's say, east to west, and you guys are standing about a quarter of the way from the west side. That would kind of travel a little further back east. It looks like there are some additional corridors that would travel north and south as you are going. But this tunnel stretches at least 120 feet before it terminates into a T. What would you guys like to do?
Any opinions on which way we need to go once we hit the T?
I choose right.
All right.
I'm trying to.
I feel like we don't have any direction on like which one is which, so I guess we choose, follow that as far as we can, and then if we have to, turn back around and go the other way.
I'm trying to think if I prepared locate object, because if so, we're looking for like the objects that I saw at that guy's. Well, he told us to come here, right?
I mean,
Oh, doesn't matter. I don't have it. Never mind. Just kidding.
Can I, at disadvantage, try a perception check at the T to see if there's movement on either end?
I'll say with your passive perception, you don't see movement down this tunnel. Okay.
Okay.
I know it's kind of useless, but can we sneak?
You do still have pass without a trace. It will help you. You can attempt to do so.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
A 19 plus 7 for 26 plus 10, 36.
Nice.
27.
34.
16.
Poor guy.
Oh, baby.
I
Olaroon?
rolled a 4.
Olaroon.
Are you just not stealthing? You're just not even trying.
Cole.
You with us?
Cole.
Yeah.
Stealth.
That is not good, because it never is.
You do
and
have
it's a
plus 10 from.
disadvantage.
You do have plus 10 from pass without trace.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
So 11?
So
At least 11.
Yeah, it's a 12, but like, I roll with disadvantage. Did I roll double ones? Is the real question. No, I rolled a 1 and a 9, but
Well,
I'm changing my dice on D&D Beyond.
as you guys are traveling, Olaroon's footsteps are occasionally heard, so are Thozin's, but what makes more noise in general is the shifting of the graded floor, and the pipes and things that hold it up. It seems to have a little bit of give to it, so it's kind of a noisy catwalk anyway. As you guys are making your way down the tunnel to the east, before you go the 120 feet, at 30 feet, there is a path that leads to the south. At 60 feet, there's a path that leads to the north. And then at 90 feet, there's another path that leads to the north. As you're approaching those, Tarak, you're sort of the first one. You look down them. You can see more red flashing lights of sort of warning and like an ominous call of danger. Clearly, you watch, you listen, everybody holds still long enough. You don't see or hear a lot of movement initially, and you sort of proceed as you are going. And you're coming up to the northern, first northern one. You stop, you listen, you look, you cast your eyes far to the north. This northern one is a short little alcove hole. Looks like there's a door on there, a cylindrical door. Not the full iris effect, but a similar spinning lock. Things are very circular here. If you'd like to
Does it
investigate.
have like a porthole or a window in it that we
No,
could maybe look through?
nothing you can look through. No. You can see that there is like a twisting latch mechanism that you, at a glance, think would just takes like a bit of strength to open, but you could investigate it.
It doesn't iris, so I'm picturing like a hobbit door.
Hobbit door in shape, like a submarine bulkhead door.
Ah,
Ah.
but it hinges.
It does, yes, it does hinge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
If this is similar to the first one, would I be able to do a tinkering check, you said, with a disadvantage to try to open it?
Looking at this one, you don't know if it's locked, but it is very different than the first one.
Okay, then never mind.
I mean,
Strength?
Yeah, there's like a wheel. There's a handle wheel.
yeah.
You can
Yeah,
do.
I'll-
Yeah.
I just do we want to? I apologize. Whenever we were looking at it, did we notice any traps?
Nobody's
Good call.
investigated it, so
I'll
I
wait.
can investigate it.
yeah. So Ride has
Well,
advantage.
so Ride has Fox's cunning.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
slide.
Investigation.
Please.
What do your special eyes see?
Mm. 24.
24.
Nice.
Okay, so there is a lock on it. It is not trapped. You have a pretty good idea of how the lock operates, right? So there is not a there's one main wheel, bulkhead wheel, right? And then there are 4 more little wheels, like they have the handles on them. Like I'm kind of picturing like an old-timey kind of movie thing.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, you have to click them into a specific position,
Ah.
and then you can turn the central wheel.
Got
So
it.
Interesting.
I will say for brevity's sake, and because it's just sort of like figuring out a code. I'll take a just flat intelligence check. So Saride, you would have advantage on that, and then if she doesn't make it, everybody can get a try to see if
Perfect.
you can kind of hear or figure out how to find it.
16.
I'm gonna say that you are able to lock in 2 of the
Nice.
4 numbers. So as you're going, you can feel they're very smooth. They don't even really have the click of like a normal combination lock. But it's right. You're paying very close attention, and you can see a subtle movement in the hinge pins on those wheels, and you tell people kind of how to look for it and see it. So you give them. You can give one person advantage on their intelligence check from your thing.
Whose is higher, Stitcher or Sirach?
I have a plus
For investigation.
Intelligence.
Just intelligence.
Oh, just straight intelligence for me is a +1.
Is anybody else smarter?
I have a +2.
Okay. How about Stitch?
Okay. Clever Stitch with advantage.
All right. A 19.
19. Nicely done. Yeah. So you're able to lock in the next two, the last two numbers, and you can feel the wheel. It's not going to take a lot of strength to it. You could open it, or somebody else can open it. It is up to you.
1000, it's your time.
My moment is up.
Your moment.
And
It's
I'll
here.
grab the wheel. I'll turn it.
Okay. Yeah. No strength check needed. You're strong enough, especially with the lock not being on it. It turns. It creaks a bit. Just sort of the metal on metal hasn't been greased in a while.
So
Door.
we unlocked it, and he just turned the handle.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's literally like we loosened up the pickle jar, and he's the one that did the final.
You guys, I did it.
Yeah.
All by myself.
Those ones not actually strong. It's just the rest of us propping him up and setting up like very specific fight dominoes.
You all give me
buddy,
strength.
Good job.
Yeah.
You give me strength.
Oh.
So yeah, the wheel turns, the gears begin to shift, the hinge pins all sort of twist in. You can see the lock collapse down in on itself. The door itself is very heavy, though. While the wheel is very light, the door is very heavy, and there is sort of this vacuum-like seal effect that is in the door. And as he opens it, there is the sound, sort of a pop, like a rush of air filling that room as it goes rushing in. It is dark in there. There is no light in this room. So does everybody have dark vision?
Not that guy.
But he has the goggles on.
He has goggles.
So
Oh
everybody's good.
yeah, I forgot.
Nice. So immediately inside it turns from where you're looking to the right, which would be further north, let's say. And the grate continues, and as you guys come stepping in, Thozen's going first, or are we going back to the original order?
I'm fine either way. I'll go first. Why not?
All right.
Okay.
Why not?
Thozen, you go stepping in, and as you are walking along the grate, you turn to the north and you proceed in about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and about 25 feet. You hear a low hum of sort of magic begin to fill down from beneath your feet, up and around into the walls. It's dark, and even with your dark vision, you're having a little hard time seeing along the walls. The walls are further away than your 30, 60 feet of dark vision can kind of see. You're just kind of at the edge of it. But it begins to light up from the bottom, and you can see where you're at, there's a row, and then a row above them, and then more rows down below. A second, a third row, a fourth row. And they are these... They look like jars, liquid jars. Sort of old-timey brass and wood ingrained with filigree and really twisting with magical runes of silver and blue, and the jars themselves sort of begin to alight.
Is this something that's within reach of me, like something I can touch?
No, but what you do see is that along the catwalk, as you are going, there look to be runes on the handles there, and they seem to have controls that the handrails of the catwalk are not thin. They're at least about a foot, right? And so they have what looks like, wherever one of these jars is, in front of it has a series of runic like buttons, like a little control panel on it, for for a wide variety of things. You guys can all see this now as the lights begin to pick up. The catwalk in depth, as you're going down there, is 200 feet, maybe a little more. There's a fair number of these like jars, and they all sort of bubble, almost like they are filled with carbonated, like something carbonated. Some of them are a little thicker, like a jelly. Some of them are clear, some of them are blue or green. There are a couple that are very deep, like blood crimson red, that seems to live in that viscosity sort of nature.
But there aren't any like body parts or snakes.
Nothing in the ones that you guys have seen so far. You can't see all of them down the way, but
so far, no bodies.
in immediate sight, there are no bodies.
Perfect. I'd like to take a look at the runes.
Okay. You can make an Arcana check on the runes.
Yeah.
Can I assist with that at all?
Yeah, you can assist with it, absolutely.
Uh, 21.
21. Okay. Some of the magic runes are pretty straightforward. What languages do you speak?
Common and Elvish.
Okay. Yeah, but you're also familiar with arcane writings. You can recognize like a draconic rune. You can recognize a primordial rune. You may not really understand what all they're saying, and they're not used as like words. It's a little more like shorthand for certain types of magic. So you recognize on the panel there are a few rows. Looks like one row is of like functional commands, right? Like fill, drain, feed, stop, pull, which you think would bring it like closer to you, return, and then there are some controls to like shift them in order and place, right? And then the next like two rows, because you only speak Common and Elvish, you don't really understand what it is, but you think that they are in some ways like indicators as to what is in them, or not necessarily just what's in them, but their state, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then along one side, you notice that each panel has essentially a row selector rune. Because remember, there's one above, one straight on, and then like two below. There's essentially 4 of these vats in each column. So there's a rune to select which column you're messing with.
Alright. I will relay this information to the group and also relay that I hate this.
What other languages do you guys speak?
Common, Sylvan, and Elven.
Sylvan, Common, Elven, 3 weeks of work.
Orcish Infernal.
Celestial, Common, and Undercommon.
So there's a little bit of Sylvan in it. There is a little bit of... There's like one rune of Celestial, one rune of Infernal. Anybody say Primordial? Okay, that's fine. So the celestial one is a rune that is like essence or vitality, or like life force, is another way to sort of put it. The infernal rune is one that describes like vigor, or like a bold spirit, right? Like a strength of character kind of rune. There are Sylvan runes on here. The Sylvan runes are very specific, like plant essences. Usually, it reminds you of like Sylvan. It reminds you of like a Sylvan baking recipe. So I imagine.
I hate that.
I imagine Sylvan, like Fae or like fairy baking, even though it is. I like to think of it as like metaphorical gastro scientist, right? So like the people that are like, they don't tell you need salt, you need like sodium chloride, right? But in Sylvan, instead of saying the element, right, instead of the like chemical makeup of sodium chloride, it's like the season enhancer of spring and mines and from the sea, right? Like it's.
Oh God, we're an MLM.
I think that would be, in my mind, that's kind of how like fairy or fae folk would bake, but instead of saying like, you know, like I said, instead of vanilla is not, you know, it's not the word for vanilla, it's whatever the like fae version of the chemical makeup is.
Do you know what's crazy is I actually, when I was still practicing Wicca, I have so many recipes that are just like that.
Yeah.
For food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's yeah. Like you basically have to translate it and be like, oh, it's lamb stew. Fucking just say that.
Oh, you just wanted salt. Okay, got it.
This is why they burned us. I get it now. I fucking get it now. You pretentious bitches. God damn.
For a second, when you said, you know what's funny? I thought you were gonna start spouting off the chemical like makeup of vanilla.
Same. Same.
Thank you for thinking I'm that smart, y'all. No, just
Hey, is that Fox's cunning, man?
So
yeah.
I mean, to me it's that, but it's also the people that are like, I'm gonna make a shot, but make it into like a Jello ball that I can scoop out with a spoon. So it's the Venn diagram of those two things put together. So you guys.
Either way, it's pretend as hell.
Yeah, you guys at least have an idea what is in here.
Gross.
Nightmares. Let's leave.
Anything else you guys would like to do in this room?
I'm making notes of all of it.
Okay.
And the runes that we can't quite figure out, I'm writing down anyway. The Screever's Might or Wyatt or someone.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, do the runes look like it's a simple press the rune and it activates, or does it require some sort of magical activation as well? Like, can we get a like a rubbing of these to make sure that we get exactly the correct runes, even the languages we don't speak, or will that activate shit?
I will say you probably can't get a rubbing, but you can write them down. You can copy them.
Perfect.
Well enough.
Yeah. All right. Then I will let Saride continue the copy.
As you guys are preparing to return to camp with this information, just behind the door before it closes, you hear the loud glug glug bubble of something that begins to drain. And that is where we are going to end for tonight.
Oh, why would you do that?
We're all gonna die.
Oh, I hate everything about that.
I didn't get a
This
rest.
whole place.
Well, you guys are you're gonna make it to the surface at the very least. You guys can't, because we don't know who's on for next week, so we may be able to switch you guys out. But I wanted a little bit of a cliffhanger to know that something is happening down here.
I like it.
So the mystery at 4 Point Farms continues to grow and thicken.
Burn it all.
I hope you guys are enjoying it. I had a wonderful night.
Yeah.
I hope you guys did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody watching at home, thank you guys for being here with us. Check us out on the social medias. We are going to do a giveaway this week. We are also working on some new pin designs, all those fun things. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And we're going to try to put together some new shows for the fall. We are going to figure out what we're doing with Everon. So that still is a bit of a question as we try to figure things out. But thanks for hanging out, guys. You're all fantastic. We love you very, very much. We're going to see you guys next time. But until then, be cool.